The NZOC has confirmed the government's travel advice has not changed despite the series of bomb blasts outside the IPL cricket match in Bangalore. And as Jim Cage reports, with still 6 months until the Commonwealth Games in Delhi, New Zealand's leading athletes aren't yet put off going to India.
Back at work today, Moss Burmester was more worried about the pain of a gym session after a week off than security concerns ahead of the Commonwealth Games in India.
I'm not really sure what's happening. I guess the NZOC and they'll look after us and make sure everything's okay, but I can't really focus too much on that. I've still got 6 months of really hard training first.
Burmester's manager, Nick Cowan, also looks after shot put champion Valerie Villi, and he says security for the Commonwealth Games can't be compared to that used for the cricket.
With Commonwealth Games, you're enclosed in a village. The security is, pretty tight and pretty well handled from travelling to and from the venue. You can't rule out whether they would go or whether they wouldn't go in a situation like this because it's obviously a fairly volatile environment. But having said that, that's a decision that would have to be made right before the Games.
Tight security's not new. In the wake of the terror attacks on Israeli athletes in Munich in 1972, New Zealand's runners were under lock and key from the moment they touched down in Montreal for the 1976 Olympics.
We were put on a bus that had an armed guard on the front of the bus and on the back of the bus. When we left the basement of the airport, we had a police car in front of us and a police car behind us and a helicopter overhead while we went into the village.
And Quack says sport must stand up to the threat of terror and, just as he did in '76, he'd go to Delhi, but for as short a time as possible.
I wouldn't go to the opening ceremony. I wouldn't go to the closing ceremony. I would stay out of New Delhi and train somewhere else and fly in just before my event.
That's a format Villi and other high-profile Kiwi athletes will probably follow as, for now at least, they stay focused on achieving more Commonwealth Games golden moments. Jim Cage, 3 News.